Hey, AntiMGTOW, you're my hero. What's going on, everyone? This is a late night podcast or early morning, whatever you want to call it. I just was, I'm just, I just want to talk about these anti-MGTOW. Trust me, if anybody doesn't like labels, I am one who does not like labels. But and it's like, basically MGTOW is one of the closest things that I could possibly label myself as right now, because I'm completely revolting against the gynocracy, the man gynocracy. And I'm watching these anti-MGTOW, and it's like they think they're revolutionaries, like they're George Washington or something. So you guys think like you're George Washington because you're willing to pop out some babies I'm sorry, there's probably people sleeping, you or upstairs. You think you're George Washington because you literally think you're George Washington would smack you in your face. Do you understand? Andrew Jackson would smack you in your face. You're like, I'm American because I'm popping out babies with some Western whore. Listen, Andrew Jackson or George, you name it, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, just probably most of our founding ancestors would call you a little bitch and smack you right and just backhand you right in your face, and you're basically a moron compared to these people. Most of us are morons compared to our founders, who were like, yeah, I mean, they had to know how to read the Bible in Latin by the time they were like in fifth grade or something like that. I mean, Americans have slipped so far, and you got these guys on here. Listen, man, uh, basically, I mean, I don't know about other MGTOW, but I don't give one F what any anti-MGTOW person or any feminist says. You are not founding father material to me. Like, I'm not found. We are all, compared to basically, supposedly, what I'm told, the 5% of our founding fathers that basically made war with the British and lost battle after battle after battle until they finally turned it around and then won, supposedly. I mean, this is what I'm told, the Revolutionary War against the British. I mean, and it's like, you're not gonna change the rules that are basically forcing men into MGTOW now. You're just gonna be like, I'm having a baby. I'm gonna pop out some babies. Let's have a baby. I'm American because I'm having babies. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm American because I'm having babies. you are, It's like, you're basically a pussy. You're basically a pussy compared to our founding fathers. When the police come around, you pee your little pants. And the police being like, the corrupt. Okay, a lot of the anti-MGTOW absolutely agree that the courts are corrupt, that the police are corrupt, and that, or by as in they're feminized, as in they enforce feminist policies by arresting the man and getting him out of the house over any little thing. That makes the police and the courts basically the king and the British soldiers in that respect. Okay, and when they come around, you pee your little pants. You pee your little panties, you anti-MGTOW. You're like, oh, the police. And you like you get a big wet spot in your pants. But then you're going to sit here and talk to MGTOW like you're some kind of revolutionary because you got some whore of a Western woman as a wife and you've popped out maybe 2 little babies. In your little world, you think you're a man. I'm telling you, man, Americans are funny. It's comical. This is comical stuff, man. I speak to myself in a lot of respects too. At least I'm man enough to admit it. Do you understand what I'm saying? At least I'm man enough to own up to the fact that American males have become completely domesticated little slaves. So whatever, man. You guys, you keep thinking you're winning, by having a couple babies as America basically fades off the map. I'm telling you. My kids are fantastic. I just had another visit with them. I was a little, I'm worried about stuff that hasn't even happened yet. Because in the past, everyone says, hey, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, as your like worst nightmares come true, right? When you have kids in this country, and because this country is absolutely abusive to children. So my point being is, even though my kids are good, I say this with no, this, my kids are just kids. This is not their fault. But they're completely focused on video games, like, and that's not their fault. That's what they're being allowed to do. They're not, in other words, by 13 or 14, I told them at the last visit, and we're going to see how I'm graded on my visits for talking to my kids in a manner that such that them being adulthood is only five years away. They're only 13. Yeah, 18 is 5 years away, and everyone's going to be like, "Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry" to my boys. And then on their 17th or 18th birthday, it's going to be like, "Yeah, don't worry. Oh, okay, there's the door. There's the door." And they're gonna be like, "Oh, really?" You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get them, and I don't. That's it. I'm sure they're being told just get good grades and go to college. You understand what I'm saying? As we all admit that the entire school system and academia is wrecked in America. They're saying you better believe in global warming, or climate change, which of course I believe in climate change. I'm saying, like, it's all fear. It's all fear. You better they like science says this, as out of the other side of its mouth, science says like there's no such thing as gender, basically, or whatever. So they just say whatever they want to say with science. And it's all like fear based, and it's nothing to do with. I'll tell you what it's not. Okay, this is how I use deduction, like Sherlock Holmes. What they're not teaching my kids at 13, 14 years old is how to go out and is how to make a resume. And go out and maybe, like, they're not doing mock job interviews. They're not telling my kids, hey, I told them this. I told them, I said, I didn't do drugs. I didn't drink. I told them, I said, I'm sub-genius. I basically have 124 IQ. The last time I took an IQ test, not even knowing really what to even expect. I might even be in around 130 somewhere, who knows. But my point being, I told them, in society, and I said, in society tried to discard me. I told them everything I say a lot on these videos. I said, and a lot of the kids that graduated went on to do nothing but drink. Oh, I want to bring that up too. But I told them that I said drinking, doing drugs, a lot of them have overdosed and are dead and have gone to jail. One guy became a cop and went to jail, stuff like that. And I told them, basically, so even though good grades are good, I said good grades are not everything. And I said that all those kids that said they were going to go out and change the world, I said, they're all doing nothing. I meet them at night on a Saturday I go to the liquor store to get a cold beer. And they're down there like, hey, Stuart, where we can get you Coke. It's all the Coke heads, and just the whole country's hooked on fucking drugs, man. Not that I'm for the drug war either, but I'm telling you. So anyway, I didn't put it to him exactly like that, but I said, I basically I basically said, and I said, you know what I do? I said, the school failed me. I go, do you know what I do? I work in the medical field. I basically manage. I basically sub manage but even though the manager is still there, the manager is going to retire. I sub manage a medical, a medical practice, and so. and that takes a lot of meticulous work and attention to detail. So I told him, you better start thinking more practically. I was like, I said, I told him also, you better start hitting a heavy bag every day because the world is very rough. It's a rough place. Said, you better, I said, I don't know about taking martial arts and all that stuff, but I was like, at the very least, get yourself a heavy bag, hit that heavy bag, not every day, but, a few times a week. And I said, and start thinking practical. I said, maybe I'll help you guys start a lawn care operation or something like that. You know what I mean? Or whatever. I go, but you better start thinking about carpentry, welding, having your own landscaping business, or just I said, I said, if you get a rider, lawnmower and a couple weed whackers and a trailer and a little truck, I go, you can start your own landscaping business. And I said, and because you're twins, you can rely on each other. You can get apartments together. I was like, I never had a twin. If there were two of me, I'd be a billionaire by now. I would have another me that I could rely on that wasn't all doped up and on drugs and drinking all the time. And that was goal oriented. I would pencil and he would ink or something, comic books. You understand what I'm saying? So they're twins. So they have double the advantage in this crappy world if they don't infight and do stupid stuff. And that's what I got to keep them. I got to keep them out of jail. I got to keep them from, I got to at least instill some MGTOW type values, or even just Christian values about staying away from, prostitutes and crazy women. It's all in the Bible. And so one thing that I swear I heard that somebody that is not maybe in my graduating class, but somebody around my graduating class is restarting old school keg parties. I'm telling you, there was this place called the Op. Open parties, which it didn't depend on what school you went to. You could go there supposedly and drink without getting in a fight. Yeah, okay. So anyway, my point being is they're gonna like quadruple down on their stupidity. It's like the world's burning, the country's falling apart, because people like them did nothing. They were focused on nothing but basically having keg parties. So what are we gonna do now? Have more keg parties. Yeah. Yeah. You can't make this stuff up. I am not joking. I heard that today. So whatever, man. I'm telling you, just loser mentality in this country. Sorry, I just kind of retrim my hair a little bit. It's kind of, I just woke up my dog, or I didn't wake up. My dog woke me up. It's like a Mutual of Omaha around here lately. I go out at 1 a.m. for a walk. There's a fox over here. Then I think I saw a big white coy dog, man. There was a big white, it was bigger than a fox. And I've never seen a white coy dog. I've seen some kind of red-haired, brownish red hair, like my like that look a lot like my dog. That's what a lot of the coy dogs actually look like around here, like this guy right here. And but I think I saw a white one. And right after I saw the fox, I turn around, I walk to the intersection maybe 50 feet, 80 feet, and I look up the road a little ways under a streetlight, and I see what looks like a big white coy dog just walking slowly across the street. And then the other day there was a bear in my backyard, and I live in a town. Do you understand? It's like the end of the world. And then a deer was running right down the road right at me the other day. He didn't even see it somehow. He just was like, ugh, and he looked away, and then it turned off and ran up into the woods. But it's like there's deer running down the street. And then at a cookout at my parents tonight, a raccoon ran right through the backyard, broad daylight, right through the yard at like 5 in the afternoon. My father goes down to the dock, and a raccoon comes running out from behind some bushes right near the dock and just scampers off. And it's like there's animals everywhere around here lately. It's like I don't even know why I'm hunting out in the woods. I might as well just put a tree stand right in my backyard. It's like I don't even know what's going on. It's like the end of the freaking world around here lately. So 3:30 in the morning. Sorry to hit you with this so late if you live on the East Coast or whatever, but yeah, my dog woke me up, wanted to go for a walk. Oh, you saw the fox, huh? Yes, you did. Yes, puppers. Yes, you saw the fox. Yes, I know. Good boy, huh? Yes, I love you too. You're such a good boy. So anyway, you can see my messy house right now. My house is trashed. I've been working on a lot of stuff this weekend, including my bow sight project, which I kind of I'm almost there. I got the front of the clamp, and I got the piece cut out and drilled. That'll hold. And then this fits. Where is it? Like this. And then that fits, then that goes right there. Just like that. And that clamps to the bow. And this can move in and out like that. And then I'm going to make this hole an oval, so this whole piece can move forward a little bit more, maybe a ½ inch, because I think I need that. I need about another, like a ½ inch. I need about another ½ inch. I gotta get the sight. I drilled this hole a little too far this way, but I think if I oval it off and then I can tap another hole and put a screw in, and that'll hold this thing from moving like that. Just pin it down with the bolt for the clamp and another little screw or something like that. But and then, you know, and so because this is going to be clamped there, which means it can pivot. So I'm going to need it to either tap another hole for a little screw to hold this thing, you know, steady, or I could just, like I said, oval this hole off so this can slide forward a little more. And then maybe tap another hole, put a screw in, and, you know, I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I might have to actually drill another hole in this, but I'm getting there. This is my bow sight, man, for this year. I'm trying to make this my bow sight for this year. It's a nice crosshairs all the way down, man. So there's that. And I just wanted to talk about You're No Revolutionary. Uh, what was that? Um, I got it was from oh, you're so cool, Brewster from Fright Night. That's how I started out. It's like, you're my hero, AntiMGTOW. You're so cool. It's like you guys are such faggots, basically. You're pussies, man. You're not a revolutionary with your stupid little YouTube channel. You're don't come around MGTOW acting like George Washington, because you're not. So anyway, that's the MGTOW misfit over and out. Having a good laugh at you, anti-MGTOW.